Anne-Marie Imafidon, who campaigns to get more girls engaged with science, is here to tell us what's caught her eye. We're going to have a chat to Anne-Marie in just a moment. We'll have a quick look at the front pages of this morning's papers, though. If you're just up and about, maybe you haven't taken delivery of them or been out to the paper shop yet to get them. Well, the Sunday Telegraph is saying this morning that Theresa May is facing a growing rebellion over her Brexit proposals. It also has one of the official photographs released from Princess Eugenie's wedding.
The Sunday Times says the former Brexit Secretary David Davis is calling for ministers to rebel against the PM and her plan for leaving the EU, which he describes as completely unacceptable.
The Observer also leads on Brexit. It says that the DUP leader Arlene Foster believes a no-deal Brexit is the most likely outcome. It also there has got a picture of Olivia Colman, who's going to play the Queen in the new series of The Crown.
And, well, from one crown to another, I suppose. We've got some pictures here of Princess Eugenie and her dress that she wore for her evening event at the end of her wedding. And also the main story there, a plane mutiny, apparently, preventing the deportation of a Somali man who was a convicted sex offender from Britain. So lots more on that story there in the Mail.
Anne-Marie, let's have a look at the stories you've chosen. Victoria was just asking me while the weather forecast was on what my hidden talent is. I couldn't think of one. And everyone watching would say, well, we can't see one either. But lots of Britons apparently have got hidden talents.
Yes, lots of them have hidden talents. 84% of them wish that they could change their lives, actually, and empower themselves with their hidden talents. And that towards the end of this, we've got that the biggest excuse for not making the most of their lives is a lack of confidence, 49%, which is something very close to my heart. We're just about to embark on a monster confidence tour across the UK, bringing STEM confidence to girls in particular.
Explain what STEM is.
And STEM being science, technology, engineering and maths. We find that this is something that a lot of girls and young women actually don't have STEM confidence, and that might be a hidden talent that they have or one that they're able to nurture. So quite exciting, at least, to have the stats to say this is something that maybe we should take to more people.
It's interesting, isn't it? It's in the Sun on Sunday. It's when you mention it, it's such a big issue, but actually it's such a small story.
It's
I mean, literally, it's a matter
lots of them in the Sun are
tiny
tiny
that's your
like
hidden
this.
talent, is being able to hold up weeny pieces of paper, nice and
there you go.
clear and straight for our cameraman.
If I have a hidden talent, it's no bigger than that.
There you go. We found it.
Let's talk about this story here. This is who's in the frame for the £50 note. And we're going to get them. We're still going to get them, even though we're increasingly being told that we are a cashless society.
Yes, well, not quite cashless yet. We're changing who's going to be on the £50 note. We did this a couple of years ago, the £20 note, and so we're looking at who's being thrown into the ring. A number of different people have been suggested, one being Sir Winston Churchill, but we're looking at maybe Rosalind Franklin, Mary Seacole, I know, has been put forward, but maybe another woman on our notes. I think
well, if anyone's looking for, a profile, just
perfect.
There you go.
Absolutely perfect.
There you go.
Caroline Criado Perez, who famously campaigned last time this came around, did say we should choose a woman maybe who doesn't have a statue already. Yeah. I don't know. Do you have a statue?
Not yet. Not yet.
There you go. So maybe you have
she has one in her downstairs loo, I'm sure.
I do.
It's interesting though, isn't it? Because the £50 note's one of those things. They were talking about phasing it out, weren't they?
Yeah.
Because saying it's just money laundering, criminals who use it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it says about me, but I've never had a £50 note.
I've seen one once. They're really big. that was my first thought. And apparently now they're going to be polymers as well. They're
yes,
plastic.
they'll be plastic, yes.
So you can put them in your back pocket
and in
if
the
you want to
wash
put
and
£50 notes in your back pocket, and they'll go through the wash and they'll be fine.
That's what floats your boat.
Right.
For money laundering. There you go.
There we go. This is the Observer. It's talking about AI technology letting us do a 4-day week, the rise of the robots.
Exactly. So we see these headlines all the time. Robots are going to take our jobs, they're going to marry our children, yada, yada, yada. This is come out of the Social Market Foundation, looking at the fact that robots may increase our productivity and actually allow us to reduce our working week. So a 10% productivity means a 38-hour working week. 30% productivity gain means 30 hours, which is effectively 4 days. And even though this might be a technology, it might be something that can happen, needing to look at policy to make sure that it's not just time off, but that those productivity gains, at least those profit gains, are passed on to workers, which is something that, again, I'm looking at as part of my work with the Institute for the Future of Work. We have to get ahead of these, because if not, we can't really rely on market levers to ensure that employees are getting these benefits in addition to businesses.
Well, I think there's another interesting aspect to this, and that's things around stress and mental health. We were talking about World Mental Health Day this week. We're getting increasing levels of automation. Everything should be becoming easier for us, and now we're all supposed to relax and have a 4-day week, but we're all more stressed out than ever before. So is automation really such a good thing?
When done well and when adopted, it is. But this is the fantastic thing about technology. You know, it doesn't push itself onto you. It has to be something that's adopted. It has to be something that's used and used well. So again, this is something actually we're working with the NHS in Leeds and in London over the next couple of months to work with, again, young women and how do they use technology to improve mental health and develop apps, develop technologies, but look again at how it's being adopted. And sometimes there's tweaks we need to make to the technology to make sure that it is making us less stressed rather than more stressed. They mention it actually in the article, that actually some technologies are being used to monitor workers a lot more closely, which again, if you've got the technology, is that really what you should be using it to do? You know, it's a case of just because you can build it doesn't mean you should.
Really interesting. Thanks very much, Anne-Marie. Thank you.